Scott McMitchin here, Generosity by Lifeway. One of the most dangerous causes and killers of generosity in the local church is what I call deficit thinking. And deficit thinking is really dangerous, but it's also very deceptive because it can sound as if we're doing something great, like protecting our people or protecting our budget. And so I want to help you think through when I've noticed we as church leaders think with a deficit mindset. When we say something like, we're not going to promote year-end giving or a designated cause for fear of what it might do to the budget, or we're not going to have an event that caters to or invites or targets or ministers to those who have the spiritual gift of generosity because we're afraid of what they might think or what someone else might think who wasn't invited to be a part of that volunteer ministry and team. Or when we discuss and say, I'm just a little bit afraid that if I talk too much about money, that it'll have a negative impact, and so we fear talking about it at all. But let me speak to you about some of those things. One, generous people are really, really generous. And someone who has the gift of generosity and likes to live generously is very responsive to future visionary designated causes. And so when the church isn't having year-end causes or isn't having special designated causes that further the vision of the church above and beyond the budget, and I'm not talking about a traditional capital campaign, though that does happen and does fulfill that for a giver, but also ongoing all the time, not to wait for their special occasion, but to free that up. I want you to know that the result is we're really just going to get less resources from generous people, because generous people are always looking for places to make amazing impacts with their generosity. And so when the church isn't fulfilling that, they're actually going to other places. And we certainly want to support generous people being generous in our city and around the world, and we don't want to discourage that. But I want to free you up to know that you shouldn't be afraid of enabling people to give above and beyond dollars in a regular, consistent way, and fearing that what it might do to your budget. I promise you will gain more resources over the course of the year. You'll gain more resources and you will unleash giving in your church. So beware of deficit thinking and fear of what may happen if we do, because those things are holding us back as church leaders. And go unleash giving today.